Monroe Circuit Court, System and Budgetary Information. The purpose of this presentation is to educate the public about the Monroe Circuit Court's unified system and sources of funding and expenditures. First, it's important to learn how our local courts are constructed. In Indiana, counties may have circuit courts, superior courts, county courts, and city or town courts. Depending upon the jurisdiction, each of these courts may have their own court staff and probation departments, sometimes leading to a duplication of services. We believe that our Monroe County court system is a model for other Indiana courts to emulate. We employ a unified system with one circuit court consisting of 8 divisions. We believe that this is the most efficient and cost-effective judicial system. The 8 divisions consist of 3 criminal courts, which are responsible for all the criminal filings in Monroe County, and include Circuit Court 2, Judge Mark Kellums, Circuit Court 3, Judge Kenneth Todd, and Circuit Court 5, Judge Mary Ellen Dekoff. Additionally, we have 4 civil divisions, which are responsible for all civil filings, including small claims, divorces, and property disputes, and include Circuit 1, Judge Michael Hoff, Circuit 4, Judge Francis Hill, Circuit 6, Judge Stephen Galvin, and Circuit 8, Judge Teresa Harper. We also have a juvenile and probate court overseen by Circuit Court 7, Judge David Welch, and 1 commissioner, Brett Raper, who is responsible for Title 4D child support cases. In contrast, let us look at 2 counties of similar size with entirely different systems. Madison County has 1 circuit court, 2 county courts, 3 superior courts, 2 city courts, 2 town courts, 1 full-time magistrate, and 4 half-time commissioners. Delaware County has 1 circuit court with 5 divisions, 1 city court, 1 town court, and 3 full-time commissioners. When we examine the probation system in each of these counties, we find that Madison County has 5 probation departments and 1 independent community corrections agency. Delaware County has 3 probation departments and 1 independent community corrections agency. Both counties have a court administrator's office. Some of you may recognize this man, Randall Shepard. He is the Chief Justice of the Indiana Supreme Court, and he was appointed to his position by Governor Orr in March of 1987. In Indiana, the judicial branch of government is led by the Chief Justice. Since being appointed to his position, Chief Justice Shepard has been a strong advocate of moving the Indiana trial courts toward a unified system. Please listen.
The court system that exists in Monroe County is really the paradigm of what a modern American trial court system ought to look like. It's one that reduces all of the sort of artificial barriers that grow up in government. It does away with the boundaries that we all call turf, and it creates a flexible structure in which all of the judges and the people who work for the court as a single unit can take responsibility for the cases that people bring to the courthouse day in and day out, and deploy the time and staff resources and judge resources that are available to do the best job for those people that can possibly be done. There are a few of our large counties that have structures that look a little like the one that Monroe County has, my own county of Vanderburgh, for instance. But none of these has done it so completely or so well as is visible in Monroe County. And if I had my druthers, I think the cause of justice and serving the people of Indiana would be better if every place in Indiana worked the way Monroe County is working.
The presiding judge is responsible for the day-to-day direction and guidance of the court administrator and her staff, consisting of the court reporters, bailiffs, and other administrative staff. The presiding judge also directs the chief probation officer and her staff, consisting of adult and juvenile divisions, community corrections, the court alcohol and drug program, the drug treatment court, and other support staff. Our county probation department is the only probation department in the state that maintains all of these programs under one umbrella, saving valuable tax dollars for the general public. Let's look at the $7 million budget for 2007 for the Monroe Circuit Court. This figure includes the probation department's budget. Overall, 38% of the budget originates from grants and user fees. 16% is provided by the state, and 46% is provided by county general funding. The 46% provided by county general funding equates to over $3.3 million. However, the circuit court generates revenue which partially offsets the cost of services and reduces costs to the taxpayer. In civil case filings, fees are typically generated from filing fees and court costs. In criminal cases, fees are established through sentencing orders. The fees typically generated through a sentencing order include court costs, fines, alcohol and drug countermeasure fees, public defender fees, alcohol and drug program fees, and probation fees. Over the past 10 years, the circuit court's generated revenue has typically increased each year. In 1997, the court collected just over $2.5 million in revenue. This figure has climbed to over $4.8 million in 2006. This is a 93% increase from the previous 10 years. In 2006, the circuit court generated over $4.8 million in fines, fees, and costs. 52% remained in the county, 47% was sent to the state, and 1% went to the local city governments as required by statute. Of the revenue collected in 2006, nearly $1.9 million was collected for departments and services within the county. Some fees collected include over $419,000 for the prosecutor, $45,000 for the public defender, $87,000 for the clerk, $1.1 million for probation, and over $71,000 for the Drug-Free Community Fund, which aids many social service programs in this county. This generated revenue remains within our county and removes a large burden from the county general fund. Additionally, the court collected over $686,000 in 2006, which was placed in the county general fund. Adding these two figures together produces over $2.5 million in court-generated revenue for our county in 2006. If we add the $686,000 collected by the court for the county general fund to the Title 4D reimbursement and revenue from DocsPop and an interpreter grant, we find the court on its own generated over $824,000 in 2006. All of this money was placed in the county general fund. If we apply this $824,000 to the funding provided by County General in the 2007 Circuit Court budget, we find that Monroe County is only spending $2.5 million of County General Fund tax dollars on the court system. This demonstrates that only 34% of the total court budget is generated through County General Fund tax dollars. If we examine the $3.8 million probation department budget more closely, we will find that 71% of the total budget is funded through grants and fees, and 29% is funded by the County General Fund. 71% of the probation department's 2007 budget originates from grants and fees. These include drug court fees, probation user fees, community correction user fees, the family preservation contract, alcohol and drug program fees, the justice assistance grant, which is for the drug court, the juvenile accountability block grant, which is for the serious habitual offender juvenile program, and the community corrections grant. This totals over $2.7 million in grants and fees, providing the majority of the probation department's budget. Since the year 2000, the probation department annually collects over $1 million per year in user fees in order to support the services the department provides. In 2007, the criminal case filings increased 51% during the first quarter, which creates an expectation that user fee collections will increase as well. Since 1999, the probation department's user fee collection rate has been at 80% or greater. This is considered very high in Indiana, especially with our high population of indigent offenders. In fact, our probation department has developed innovative ways to generate income to provide services to the population of Monroe County, including a family preservation contract with the Department of Child Services. This is a model program currently being emulated by Howard County. Our probation department is also very aggressive with grant writing, routinely supporting over 20% of our total budget through grants. This figure at times exceeds county general funding. Unfortunately, this amount fell in the past year due to the loss of the Justice Assistance Grant. Obviously, our probation department relies heavily on user fees to support our budget. This is typically around 45% of the total budget, a percentage far higher than most other probation departments across the state. This demonstrates the hard-working and innovative nature of our staff when it comes to pursuing sources of income to support the quality services the department provides. In the 2007 probation department budget, only 29% of the total costs are provided by the County General Fund. This totals just over $1.1 million. From this amount, only 4 juvenile probation officers and 2 support staff members are fully funded by the county. All other salaries are either supplemented or fully funded through other sources. Our employees complete a tremendous amount of work and provide excellent quality services to the citizens of Monroe County. Our court system and programs are a model to other counties in the state, and it is our employees who are the driving force. In conclusion, Monroe County operates an efficient, cost-effective, unified court system. Only a net of 34% of the circuit court and probation budget is paid from the Monroe County General Fund. 71% of the probation department's budget is supported through grants and fees. $1.8 million is generated by the circuit court for other county departments and services.